Hey guys, welcome back to Ken's Chop Shop. I forgot to record an intro on this video, so here it is now. So what we did was I got a Hummer body kit car. It's Classic Roadster Industries or something like that. Anyway, it's a kit car company that was around back in the 90s, early 2000s that among many other vehicles that they made, they had this, they called it the Rat. It was a rugged all-terrain, basically. It was a Hummer or Humvee replica. It was a Humvee replica. And but anyway, I bought it a couple years ago from a guy that bought it from an estate sale. And I guess it was the estate sale was from the original owner that bought it and started putting it together. And then from what I can find Googling the guy's name, it sounds like he had owned a couple dealerships or something, and bought it, and like within 2 years of buying this thing, got sick and died. So I guess they started messing with it, and then that was it. So the guy I got it from didn't do anything to it. He just stored it in his tow lot for a few years, and then I guess realized he wasn't going to do anything with it either. And then I bought it, and now we're starting to do something with it. So anyway, I'll show you the paperwork some of the paperwork that I have for it. Here's the original sales brochure, or like the thing that came with it when they bought it. Or like the advertisement stuff for it. But yeah, Classic Roadsters. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I know that they're not around anymore. Here's the paperwork for it. You know, just kind of telling you, trying to sell you on it. Which I think is funny too, that it has. This must be it's either I have an updated version of the kit, or an option that I'm not finding, or this is an updated version. But this one, it's the same hood and everything, but it has single headlight with a marker on the corner, where mine has double headlights in the markers. But I mean, this is definitely the kit that I have. But anyway, yeah, this is like the order spec sheet for it and stuff. Like you could get a lighting package, electrical harness package, instrument package, soft top and doors, hard top and doors, heater and wiper package, custom wheels or custom steel wheels, an interior package, trim package, cargo cover, custom radiator. This is the stuff that it came with: the factory prime body. It's made out of 1/8 inch or 11 gauge sheet metal. Then it has the body mount package. I've got part of that. I've got 2 of the front mounts, but that's it. Heavy duty fitted swing down tailgate. I have the tailgate but no hinges. See, I don't know if y'all can see that. Hood with tilt forward mounting kit and reinforced inner liner. I have the hood but no forward tilt hood kit. Like, I don't have the hinges for it. I have the fiberglass rear quarter panels. I have the dash panel. I do not have the steering column mount package. Or I might have that. I might have I don't have a mount for it, but I think I have that extended steering shaft with the universals on it. I have the front bumper but no rear bumper. I have the 21-gallon fuel tank, and I do not have the assembly instructions. But anyway, I think he had purchased not only the kit, but I think he had added in some, like the harness and the lighting package. I think because I saw one of the invoices the COD was calling for, and I'm not going to show that because it's got personal information on it. The COD called for like $10,000, and the original purchase invoice was only for $7,700. So, I mean, I'm not going to show that kind of stuff because it's got those people's information on it. I do need some of that so I can get, try to register this thing or get a title and stuff for it or something later on. That's going to be a whole process, I'm sure. But I think I've got everything I need to do that, so. All right, guys. This project might seem a little confusing at first. This is going to be a longer, bigger project. But for right now, I'm just kind of shuffling some bodies and chassis around over the next day or two, just so I can scrap the stuff that I don't need. Tired of having all the stuff sitting around at the house, taking up room. So what I'm doing today is I brought this. I think it's an 85, or I don't remember what year it is. It's a C20 chassis that I picked up. I actually have a good running 350 turbo 400 that came out of it right here to go back with it. But I'm going to strip the cab off of this chassis, and then I have another unique looking body that has it's on a K10 chassis. It's the same wheel, long wheelbase, single cab long wheelbase, same as what this is, that I want to bag and not use as a 4-wheel drive. So I'm going to pull this C20 cab off, roll this chassis over to the other side of the garage, put the cab on some dollies and shove it up. I'm going to shove the cab up into here to get it out of the way. Then I'm going to bring that other chassis in probably tomorrow before work. Pull the body off of that, show you what that is. I'll pull the body off of that and show you what that truck is. And then we'll get that chassis out from underneath of it and push it back out of the way. Lower that body back on this 2-wheel drive chassis. We may take some springs out of it and cut the leaves or take the shackles off just so you can see it sitting low. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll show you that tomorrow, which will be in a couple minutes. But anyway, I'm gonna put you all on time lapse real fast. Get these. I think there's a couple ground straps and park and brake cable and the steering column and 4 cab bolts that are still holding this cab on. I'm gonna pop those loose real fast and pick this cab up off here with the lift now that I got it. I got a bunch of stuff I need to take to scrap that I've been meaning to take to scrap for a while, so I'm gonna get rid of this shit. I'm tired of it all sitting around. All right, see y'all in a minute. So I was stupid. I was trying to save the brake lines for now, and I completely forgot to unhook them. So I've stretched them. I don't think I broke them, but I've stretched them. I think I'm just gonna take the master completely off. I'll probably replace these brake lines in this master cylinder, but for now it'll keep it from leaking all over the place. hopefully. All right, now let's pick this thing up. Oh, holy shit, that thing's way heavier than it looks. All right. I'm not going to do anything more with it today. I'm already running about 20 minutes late for getting ready for work. So I got it in the garage now. I'll tomorrow morning, I'll come out and I guess take the front end off of it, or take the hood off of it. Take out whatever I need that's connecting the two to each other. I think it's just the steering column. And then we'll lift this body up off of it too. So at least now you can kind of start to see the potential new project, or not potential new project, the new one of the new projects for the shop. I've got so I've got two motors to pick from. I've got the 350 Turbo 400 that runs good, that came out of this chassis, this two-wheel drive chassis that body's going on. But I also, oof, man, I'm sweating. It's 60 some degrees out and I'm sweating. But anyway, but I also have this LS53 4L60E trans that came out of I think it was like a 03 Tahoe. I'd got it for a 53 Bel Air that I had, but I've since gotten rid of that. So I still have that motor. So I was thinking I could put that LS swap, LS swap this thing, or not LS swap it, but put an LS in it. But I'd really rather, let me turn this compressor off real quick, or close this valve. What I was thinking I'd like to do is put the 350 back in that chassis. Since it runs and drives, everything bolts up. Because this thing, it's got a 350 in it now, but it's the cover or the hood was off of it for a long time with no air cleaner, so I'm sure it's locked up. And it's four-wheel drive, so I don't need any of that stuff. So what I was thinking is, for now, I will chassis swap this over to the two-wheel drive one, bag it, use the 350 for now, get it running, driving, get all the, because I still need to get, when I bought this kit car, it was missing the hinges, like the door hinges, none of the glass, none of the lights. It's a complete body. It's got the tailgate, it's got the doors, you know, it's got full doors with fiberglass outers, steel inners. There's some, like, they kind of, I guess they took some old airplane wing skins or fuselage skins and riveted onto this thing, or screwed them onto it. I like the look of the slant back, but they did such a shitty job doing it. Like, it's like they screwed a piece of wood on there to make it look like it was a mini snorkel or something. But it's like cobbled together. You know, both sides don't match. It's just shitty. Like, let's see. Like, this is thin aluminum from an airplane, where this is like thick road sign. Or something. I don't know what the heck that is. It's thicker cabinet material or something. I don't know. It's like multi-layer. So maybe it's like the aluminum foam core material. I'm not sure. But it's like, it's wood, or no, it's metal. A piece of angle iron with everything. It's just cobbled together garbage. So I'm gonna take that off. This is a Lodestar windshield. This is the fuel tank that comes with it. So it got a crack in it. That's a scratch. Okay. I'm gonna get it cleaned out. Obviously, it's been sitting in the yard for a couple years. It's got a little bit of surface rust starting in the inner fenders. The floor is actually pretty clean. Last time I cleaned out, but here's the quarter panel. It's got a fiberglass dash, the fiberglass door. So I got to cut them out and put it's got the X-frame style doors. I got some actual H2 mirrors for it that I think will work on these doors. But it's a fiberglass roof. Fiberglass roof, steel tub, fiberglass quarters, and fiberglass front clip. I'll probably get some like hot rod universal windshield wipers and put single wiper motors on them when I do the flat glass. Good thing is it's all flat glass, so it'll be easy to get a glass shop to make the stuff for me. But I still need to get the hood straps. I think better, like, I don't know what these were, but I think I need to get, like, the hood hinge isn't supposed to come from there. It's supposed to come from the front anyway. So I'm going to fix that and get rid of that crap. I may reuse this bumper that came with the kit. I don't really like it, but we'll see how it works out when it gets bagged. I may reuse it, or I may build something similar but full width, just to kind of give it more of a street Hummer look, a Humvee look. But I actually have, let me go show you these real quick, and then I got to get out of here. So that'll be the soon project. Let me close this door. But I also have these wheels to go on it. Damn, I got shit to clean up out here too. So, of course, can't see them because the ramps are on them, but I've got these. They're 20s. I'm gonna put low profile tires on because these mud tires are bald. But I think with like a 40 series tire, 40 or 50 series tire, I'll be able to have the body sitting just where like the body laying on the ground. I mean, if I'm doing it, it better lay on the ground. So, all right, I'm gonna get off of here, and I'll catch back up with you tomorrow when I'm actually working on it again. All right, today's another day. I pulled the four-wheel drive chassis out from underneath of the Hummer body. I mean, it only had 2 bolts, or 1 bolt actually holding it on. But anyway, so I got that over here. It's a shame not to use it because they got somebody had cleaned the chassis up and painted it at some point. But since I'm not using a 4-wheel drive chassis, it's easier just to use the 2-wheel drive chassis and clean it up than it is to unbolt all this and swap the cross members over and all that stuff. I got to take this cross member off that goes with the kit for the Hummer body. The rest of it's I might post this thing up on Marketplace. I mean, it's a pretty clean K10 chassis. But anyway, who cares about that? Look at this thing. Now granted, it's still sitting on the lift, so it's 3.5 inches up in the air, and these tires are too big. These are 33 1250s. But I am going to use those wheels, and I was thinking of probably like a, I don't know, 255, 35 or 40 in the front, and like a 275 or 280, 285, 295, 40, 35, or something, I don't know, fatter tire in the back and a little bit skinnier tire up front. I need a little bit smaller tire in the front anyway, because you see how much the hood's sticking up. It has an inner structure that's in the hood that I can clearance to gain some of that room, but again, I'm still a couple inches off the ground, and I have a bigger tire. But just for looks, just to get like a look of what this thing is going to look like, get some motivation and excitement going. I think it'll be pretty cool. Can't wait to get some other projects done so I can get messing with this, because this is what I really want to be doing. Like, I think that thing will be really cool. So I need to measure the axle now, or measure the, now that I got the wheels underneath of it, I need to measure what kind of axle width it should have with those wheels, and then make sure that it is going to work with this chassis, because I really would like to use those wheels. I think it'll work, because this body is wider than what the K5 or K10 chassis or wheels and stuff were. So I think it's the way it was before, like these stock 31 1050s on these much deeper offset wheels. These are they stuck out of the body, or they were pretty flush with the K10 body, but they were sitting inside the fender on this thing. So I think on this chassis with those wheels, I think they should probably be sitting right about where they're at right now. I hope. I'll do some measurements here in a minute, and but that's it. So I'm going to pull this thing back up. Well, I'm going to pull that cross member off that other chassis and get it mounted up on this one, so I can switch the bodies over. I'll probably do that either, let's see, what time is it? I might work on that today, and then once I got that ready, I'm going to put this, basically I hate to do it, but basically throw this body back on the 2-wheel drive chassis and push it back outside. But then I can get rid of I can pull whatever parts I need off of this C10 or C20 cab, like the steering column. They put a newer, like a OBS column in it, and I'm not going to use that. The column's trashed anyway, so I'll pull that C20 column out and use that, and some of the other wiring that I might want, just to make it kind of plug and play, so I can just slap it together real fast. But yep, so that's it for now. Yeah, this thing, it's gonna be cool. I mean, obviously the front end's leaning on it because it's up on one side and almost about where it should be sitting on the other side, but that thing's gonna be really cool. Anyway, I can't wait to get working on this. I got project for one of my buddies that I should have done years ago that I need to get knocked out and or finished up, so we can get that back to him, and then I can start doing cool shit for myself. But anyway, moving on. So I decided not to take any of the other stuff off of that C20 cab. The only thing I took off of it was some of the engine harness and chassis harness, but I left all the cab fairly complete. It didn't have a tilt column anyway, so I was going to end up getting a different column anyhow. So I left that partially together so that my buddy that was going to buy the C20 cab and title and the K10 chassis, he was coming in a couple of days to pick that up, so I just left it complete for him. But here you can see we were cutting the springs out of it. This is actually my first time ever using a torch, and I was having a hard time getting the settings right. It was an old, kind of wore out, cheap torch. So anyway, we cut the springs out of it and then cut the leaf springs apart and got it sitting as low as we could. It's just bottomed it out on my control arms. Which that's, I mean, that's how it'll be on the bag. So, I mean, it'll go down maybe a quarter inch more when I clean up those fucking. You cut the bottom of the control, you put a cup in the bottom of the, you got to weld like a 10-inch pipe in the bottom of the control arm. And then the bag, I got plates that go on the top of the cross member there. What the hell's in that side? What? Do you think that's it? Yeah, that's the bag. There'll be a plate that bolts to that, and the bag. Yeah, you put a cup in the control arm and it fucking squishes it down. That's the same thing I did on my building. She's got some camera and some toe. Still up a little bit more in the rear, but nah, it's on the frame. On its taller tires in the back too. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's kind of cool like that. You like, and I mean, it's got that trans cross member, and really, it's just that one little hump sticks down. That's it. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on the outside. On the inside, I was thinking get it spray lined. All right, so now I'm just spraying everything down with some simple green and brushing it all and rinsing it off. Just getting all the funk off. It had a lot of dust and stuff from sitting outside for years. And anyway, I got it all cleaned up and dried so I could put it on a shelf in the garage to get it out of the way. And did the same thing, kind of power washed the whole truck just to get all the mildew and whatnot off of it. Kind of tree funk. Well, no, it's never sat under the trees, but just from sitting out in the yard and getting dirt and stuff on it, it was pretty nasty. It cleaned up pretty good. But anyway, let's quit talking about this paperwork and we'll go out and take a peek at the Hummer real quick. I'll show you what it looks like right now, and then this will kind of be our intro and maybe an outro to it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll probably just insert some pictures here of what I plan to do with it, and some of the like screenshots I have saved from that same flyer, so you can see those a little better, and some of that kind of information. But anyway, the plans for this thing is bag and body drop it, which is pretty much already being on this 2-wheel drive chassis. It's only got like a 1/2 inch or so, maybe an inch hanging down underneath the one spot on the frame where the transmission cross member is, which is pretty common on the C10, C20 chassis, C30s. I'm probably just going to cut that section of frame off on the bottom and plate it back in, or box it, and just to lose that little bit. And so I still need to get some drop spindles for it. Need to get some smaller tires for the 20s, put a C-notch in it and 4-link and all that stuff. But for right now, I just pulled the springs out of it and cut the rear leaf springs behind the axle, just to let the axle swing up, just to get it as low as I could without spending any money. Or I didn't have any U-bolts to replace, so I couldn't just pull leaf springs out. But anyway, here it is. So here it is now with the springs and stuff pulled out of it. The bumper's just laying on there. It's not bolted up or nothing. It's not in. I didn't cut the frame rails off or anything like that. They had put these hinges on, and maybe these are the hinges that are supposed to be used for tilting forward. I don't know. And they just put them on the top, but I ended up throwing one screw in them just so the hood doesn't fall off for now, and I can kind of move things around by myself a little easier. But yeah, see how the thing shows this more squared off on that flyer. Like this comes down square and it's just the one headlight, but this one has 2 headlights and then the giant marker light. I may modify that some just to look a little more like a real Humvee. But then again, I also like having extra lighting, so maybe I'll put, you know, an amber marker out here and do, I don't know what I'll do, but do the dual headlights. I'd like to have a lot of bright light on this thing, but the hood's seen better days. It's got a, I don't know if y'all can see those. It's got a lot of stress cracks in the gel coat from I think from the previous owner storing the hood up on top of the truck. It probably got dropped a few times. But I power washed it just to get all the funk off of it, and it cleaned up pretty good. I mean, it's wet now, it's got dew on it, but now you can kind of see now that it's cleaned out. It's got this super thick steel body. I mean, it's 1/8 inch. The thing is super heavy. I mean, you figure this whole steel structure is all 1/8 inch steel. And this is, it's got to be trimmed up, but this is supposed to go back in here, and I guess there's supposed to be a piece of metal or something that fills this in, and then they cut this back out, which really sucks that they did that. And you can see where they poorly chopped out that back fiberglass. So I'm gonna have to remake something for that so I can put a window in it and seal off the back wall. I still think I'm gonna redo these the slant back kit on it, because they cobbled something together. I'm not gonna talk bad about people that can't defend themselves, but anyway, I'm gonna redo these so they're not like this, and then try to build a hatch for it so I can have all the back sealed up, so that way, like I see, I didn't cut the back frame off either, but like I think I want to have the back sealed up, so that way it can be like a, you know, use this thing like a hatchback or a SUV. And what was I gonna say? I want to build this thing so it's like an SUV, so that way you know, 4 guys can ride it, or 4 people can ride in this thing, and then put like a cooler and some chairs or an easy up, whatever. We did measure, an easy up will fit perfectly in that back, so you know, could throw easy up, some chairs and a cooler and stuff, and go to a car show and have everything, you know, throw a couple bags to make a long trip. You know, I mean, most guys only need a book bag full of clothes to go you know, on a weekend car show trip. So, you know, potentially you know, could drive this thing to shows. I don't plan on trailering it anywhere. So anyway, that's the plans. I don't know what I'm gonna do for paint or anything. I think the inside, once I get it done, I'll probably get it spray lined, especially because this roof is just exposed fiberglass, so it's pretty rough. I mean, I could do a headliner or kit it and you know, do something in it, but I mean, that's a lot of work. But we'll see. We'll see what I want to get into when I get doing that, or how far I want to take making things nice. I have a feeling it's going to leak. I mean, you know, the way this stuff is here, it's going to be hard to make a door that seals perfectly against stuff that doesn't match on the same plane. Like, this metal is behind or in front of the fiberglass, and this fiberglass is in front of the metal, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to get stuff to seal. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed this. And don't forget to subscribe and like to see more of this one and other cool projects.